Welcome to Science Popcorn, where we explore how science shapes our world. Today, we're diving into a defining moment in recent history, the COVID-19 pandemic. It wasn't just a global challenge, it was a massive test for science, humanity, and resilience. How did we face it? What lessons did we learn? Let's explore the story of how we survived. It all started quietly. It was just a few cases of an unknown virus in one part of the world. But within weeks, everything changed. Borders were closed, flights were grounded, schools and workplaces shut down. Daily routines disappeared almost overnight. For many of us, the most surreal part was the silence. Empty streets, quiet cities, and a global pause. But behind this stillness was uncertainty. How dangerous is this virus? How long will it last? And most importantly, how do we keep our loved ones safe? While some of us adapted, picking up new hobbies or working remotely, others struggled. Isolation, financial pressures, and the fear of the unknown were overwhelming. Yet through it all, humanity found ways to cope, to adapt, and to move forward. While the world adjusted to lockdowns, science took the front lines. Understanding the virus itself was the first challenge. How does it spread? How does it invade our cells? Scientists identified that COVID-19 is caused by a coronavirus named SARS-CoV-2, which primarily spreads through respiratory droplets. This discovery laid the groundwork for everything that followed. Testing became a vital tool. Early on, polymerase chain reaction PCR tests were developed to detect the virus. This technology allowed us to identify cases quickly, isolate them, and slow the spread. Without these tests, the pandemic could have spiraled even further out of control. Then came the vaccines. Vaccines typically take years, sometimes even decades, to develop. But with COVID-19, scientists accomplished something unprecedented. They created safe and effective vaccines in less than a year. How? It was thanks to mRNA technology, a breakthrough that had been in development for decades. mRNA vaccines work by teaching our cells to recognize and fight the virus. Instead of using a weakened or inactivated virus like traditional vaccines, mRNA vaccines use genetic instructions to produce a harmless piece of the virus's spike protein. This triggers our immune system to create antibodies, giving us protection without ever being exposed to the actual virus. Another unsung hero of this fight was the global scientific community. Data was shared across borders, researchers collaborated on solutions, and nations coordinated to distribute billions of vaccine doses worldwide. This level of cooperation wasn't just inspiring, it was essential. Of course, not everything was perfect. Vaccine hesitancy, unequal access to healthcare, and misinformation challenged these efforts. But the pandemic reminded us of something important. Science isn't just about knowledge. It's about action, collaboration, and hope. The science that saved us wasn't just in the labs. It was in the hands of healthcare workers, policymakers, and even the everyday people who followed guidelines to protect themselves and others. The lessons we learned. The pandemic wasn't just a test for science, it was a test for humanity. One of the biggest lessons was understanding the importance of small actions. Wearing a mask, maintaining social distance, and washing hands seemed simple, but they saved lives. This showed us how individual actions, when multiplied across millions, can create a huge impact. But the pandemic also revealed cracks in our systems. Access to healthcare, vaccines, and even basic necessities wasn't equal everywhere. Some communities struggled more than others, highlighting the need for stronger, more inclusive systems in the future. Mental health became another crucial focus. The isolation, uncertainty, and constant stress of the pandemic affected people in ways we hadn't anticipated. This experience reminded us that mental health is just as important as physical health. Despite the struggles, there were moments of resilience and hope. Communities came together in creative ways, delivering supplies, organizing virtual events, and supporting frontline workers. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, human connection matters. As we reflect, the key question is, how can we take these lessons forward? What can we do to create a stronger, more prepared society for the future? If there's one thing we've learned, it's that preparation saves lives. Scientists are now working on faster ways to develop vaccines, using technologies like mRNA to respond to future outbreaks even more quickly. Early detection systems are also being designed to monitor viruses and stop potential pandemics before they start. But preparation isn't just about science, it's about mindset. Fighting misinformation, supporting public health initiatives, and building trust in science are just as important as technological advancements. Imagine a world where the next crisis is met with faster responses, better global coordination, and stronger community support. That world starts with the lessons we've learned today. It starts with us. Looking back, it's almost surreal to think about the lives we lived during the pandemic. The days of wiping down groceries, carrying bottles of hand sanitizer everywhere, and the simple act of stepping outside feeling like a risk, it all feels like a distant memory. Yet, those moments taught us something valuable. They showed us how quickly we can adapt and how much we value the freedoms we once took for granted. The pandemic wasn't just about science or resilience, it was about rediscovering what truly matters: connection, health, community. As we move forward, let's not forget those lessons. Let's use them to shape a world that's stronger, kinder, and more prepared for the future. Because even in the face of uncertainty, humanity has shown that it can rise above. Thank you for watching Science Popcorn. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Together, we'll continue exploring the wonders of science and the stories it tells. See you in the next video.